Prepare for some game-changing revelations about Poppy Playtime's future, including a hidden location that could redefine Chapter 6. Poppy Playtime has been buzzing with recent updates, from new reveals and teasers about Chapter 6 and the franchise's future, to a fresh update for Chapter 5 and a significant amount of new lore. Let's start with Chapter 5. You might recall that back in April, developer Malachi confirmed a final update for the game, promising additions like an enhanced jumpscare for the prototype. For months, we heard nothing about it. However, news finally broke when Mob Entertainment announced and subsequently released Chapter 5 on consoles, just a few months after its initial launch. Players quickly discovered that these console versions included the long-awaited update, bringing a few minor yet welcome additions to the chapter. As anticipated, the prototype's jumpscare was revamped, transforming from its original version into a more visceral sequence where it grabs and stabs the player. A truly impactful change. More significantly, this updated version also introduced various achievements. For example, golden balloons are now hidden throughout the game. Popping them unlocks an achievement. You might also find a small coin that can be placed on a pirate ship model for another achievement. While these are mostly minor additions, they add a nice touch. Currently, none of these features have been implemented in the PC version, but it's highly probable they will be eventually. Achievements for 1 through 4 are already listed as coming soon on Steam, so it's reasonable to expect a comprehensive update encompassing all of them in the near future. Next, we received some intriguing developer updates from CEO Zach. He offered a brief status report on the Poppy Playtime movie, stating, "Movie will come in due time, and Hollywood stuff takes forever." While this doesn't reveal much, it's reassuring to know it's still on the horizon. Later, he also mentioned the possibility of a future Q&A, remarking, "I'm sure a Q&A would be interesting at some point." However, his brother Seth reportedly prefers to let the art speak for itself. Zach also teased, "There's just a lot of stuff that you guys would go crazy for if you knew, but I can't share anything." It appears that despite his desire to be more transparent about the franchise's direction, the sheer scope and ambition of their current projects prevent him from disclosing details for now. This naturally sparks curiosity. Is he referring solely to Chapter 6 and its contents, or perhaps other ventures like the rumored Poppy Playtime spin-off that was, at one point, known to be in development? We'll have to wait and see, but whatever they're working on, it's clearly shaping up to be substantial. Reinforcing this idea, Mob Entertainment has been consistently posting numerous job listings over the past few weeks, clearly aiming to expand their development team. Many of these are directly tied to Poppy Playtime itself. For example, they sought a contract senior concept artist, explicitly stating the role involves working on the Poppy Playtime IP with a focus on realism. Another listing was for a senior lighting artist, specifically looking for someone to join the Poppy Playtime team and be responsible for crafting the atmospheric, dread-soaked lighting that defines the Playtime co-experience. From flickering factory floors to pitch-black vents, you'll set the emotional tone of every space a player enters. This, coupled with their extensive hiring across various roles in recent months, strongly suggests that Chapter 6 is being developed by a significantly larger team than even Chapter 5. As I've mentioned before, if managed effectively, this could be a very promising sign for the game's quality and scale. While specifics about Chapter 6 are still scarce, the developers have recently dropped a few potential new hints. On June 7th, Mob Entertainment attended IGN Live, where several notable events transpired. For instance, they premiered an in-character Q&A with Lily Loverace and Giblet, where they responded to fan questions previously submitted via Twitter. While many questions were light-hearted, some inquired about Lily Loverace's hair, others asked Giblet to sing, to which he responded with a cheerful, she's Lily, she's got purple hair. She's Lily, she's cool as the chair. She's Lily, she's awesome and fun. Yeah, she's number one, yeah." One fascinating topic consistently resurfaced: Giblet's enigmatic past. In Chapter 5, we encounter Giblet without learning much about his background, a point of criticism for some players. However, it seems Mob Entertainment has developed a much richer backstory for him than we initially realized. In the first question, Giblet was asked if he ever had a best friend and how they met. He recounted, "He was playing with this toy I really wanted, so I kept pestering him for it and being an overall nuisance. And eventually he decided he had enough and punched me right in the mouth. He felt so bad about the whole thing, and we started talking, and we've been like peanut butter and jelly ever since. While he didn't explicitly identify this friend beyond confirming he was male, Giblet spoke further about either the same or another friend later in the Q&A. When asked, "What was the last lie you told and why did you tell it?" he replied, "Okay, I am told someone I knew that everything was going to be okay." The interviewer pressed, "Well, that doesn't sound like a lie," to which Giblet ominously responded, "It is if you know it's not true. What's the next question?" Later, queried about his Huggy Wuggy pin and its origin, he once again mentioned a mysterious friend, seemingly for a third time. "Oh right, well, the Huggy pin that belonged to a friend of mine. He's a big jolly guy. Last time I saw him, he gave it to me and said, 'Stay safe out there.'" Giblet clearly has a diverse network of friends. While he could be referring to characters like Chum or Dewey the Doman, his responses, particularly the lie about everything being okay, hint at other toys, perhaps ones who have met an unfortunate fate. This naturally leads us to wonder if Chapter 6 will delve deeper into these friendships, perhaps even introducing us to some of these mysterious figures. A note in Chapter 5 also listed various individuals who had done favors for Giblet, so he could be referring to any of them as well. We'll simply have to wait and see. But Giblet's evasiveness about his past didn't end there. The Q&A concluded abruptly when he was asked, "Giblet, why are you like that?" Referring to his inverted state, Giblet completely refused to answer, leading to Lily's distress and his escape, thus ending the interview. Evidently, there's a profound reason behind his inverted state. While it's widely presumed the prototype inflicted this as punishment for disobedience, the specifics remain largely unknown. Given Giblet's confirmed presence in Chapter 6, it's highly probable this is laying the groundwork for further exploration of his mysterious backstory, which we eagerly anticipate uncovering upon the chapter's release. His lore is undoubtedly set to be a major focus. Many fans have been curious about the timeline of this Q&A, especially since Lily is technically deceased in the game. However, it was clarified at the outset that the interview takes place on May 7, 2004. When questioned about the player or the Playtime Butcher, the characters had no knowledge of them, indicating this event predates even Chapter 1. But the IGN Live event offered more than just character interviews. There were also engaging meet and greets and panels with the voice actors. Crucially, a full live interview was conducted with Poppy Playtime's current director, Bryce Clark, who was directly asked about the future of the franchise. He largely reiterated Zack's earlier sentiments, stating that it was still too early to discuss specifics. However, he did confirm one very interesting detail. Obviously, we take it very seriously when we're trying to interact with the fans, and making sure that we're dropping the details in the right way and planting seeds in the RG is going to be happening at some point. This confirms that the next RG, presumably for Chapter 6, is indeed in development and will be released. While this isn't a massive surprise, as are accompany nearly every Poppy Playtime release, including the spin-off project Playtime, they remain a highlight of the franchise for many fans. It's fantastic to know they're already planning for the next one. Beyond the IGN Live event, one final, crucial tease for Chapter 6 emerged. For Pride Month, Mob Entertainment released a celebratory artwork packed with intriguing details. Notably, it featured a drawing of the prototype in a pristine, unwithered state, potentially revealing his original appearance before his transformation. In the bottom right, the Doctor is depicted walking away with a note in his pocket bearing the name Leith Pierre, a detail that sparked considerable interest. Most importantly, along the edge, prominent Morse code was discovered, translating to two significant words: better place. For those unfamiliar, these words resonate deeply, as the prototype frequently alluded to a better place where he took the orphans in Chapter 5. It's long been theorized that the better place is a tangible physical location, especially given that in Chapter 5, we glimpse what appears to be this very site, a city-like structure nestled within the caves. This city location was seemingly teased in previous artwork, and now by explicitly referencing its theorized name, Better Place, it feels all but confirmed. It strongly suggests that, in Chapter 6, we will indeed explore this area in pursuit of the orphans, and it will, as many suspected, be officially named the Better Place. This is incredibly exciting news.